The world's biggest serial killer perhaps would never have been caught if he knew how to use a computer. Think, a person who is committing serial killings, who is also a friend of his victims, a well-known name in the city, and on top of that, a doctor. This is the astonishing story of Dr. Harold Shipman, who used his clinic not to save lives, but to take them. In England's small town called Hyde, where only 30 people live, he continued serial killing under everyone's noses for 23 years. Even after putting more than 250 people into the sleep of death, no one ever suspected Dr. Harold Shipman. And maybe they never would have if he hadn't made a small mistake. Why did he kill people? Why wasn't he caught for so long? And what clue did the police find that exposed years of murder? Dr. Harold Shipman used to mostly target patients who lived alone and were quite old, so no one would suspect their deaths. Dr. Shipman would give these patients a lot of time, would even go to their homes, would listen to them to ease their hearts, make them feel that even though they were alone, Dr. Shipman was there to listen. Some patients trusted Dr. Shipman so much that they even gave him keys to their homes. Because of this behavior, he became quite famous in Hyde, as people thought Dr. Shipman could treat the elderly just with words. But behind all this, Dr. Shipman was finding out who was alone at what time, how much wealth and property they had, who came to their house, and where relatives lived. When Dr. Shipman felt confident, he would kill his patient by giving them an overdose of medicine. Since the patients were already over 80 years old, no one suspected their deaths. This continued for many years. Forget being caught. No one even suspected him until he himself made a mistake. Dr. Shipman started his career in a town called Pontefract, 70 kilometers from Hyde, where he worked in a hospital. Then, in 1974, he left Pontefract and went to Todmorden, where he got a position as a general practitioner at Abraham and Marode Medical Center. During this job, he prescribed high quantities of pethidine, a painkiller, but a highly addictive medicine. Dr. Shipman was addicted to pethidine and deliberately prescribed it to his patients, even when there was no real need. The result was that patients felt good after taking the medicine, not knowing they were being drugged. This was the reason Shipman's patients were unknowingly attracted to him. After being caught, the hospital administration fired Dr. Shipman, and his license almost got canceled. But his license was saved, and after spending a short time in a rehab center when everyone had forgotten him, he came to Hyde in 1977, where he got a general practitioner position at Donnybrook Medical Center. In 1980, he continued practicing as a GP, and during this time, neither left drugs nor missed any opportunity to kill elderly patients. But from 1993, the frequency of murders increased when he opened his own clinic in Hyde and built a good reputation in the city. For several years, things went on like this, and no one suspected the doctor. For the first time in March 1998, Dr. Linda Reynolds, who worked at Brooks Surgery, a hospital opposite Shipman's clinic, expressed concern over the high death ratio among Shipman's patients. She said that Shipman, who only ran a small clinic, had 16 patient deaths in the past 3 months, while Brooks Surgery, which had 3 times more patients, had only 14 deaths in the same period. This suspicion increased when it was found that all 16 of Dr. Shipman's patients were cremated and not buried. Let us tell you here that most Christians bury their loved ones after death. Only a few choose cremation. Dr. Linda reported her suspicion to the Manchester coroner in a report, mentioning that most of the 16 patients were old women found dead in their homes, and it couldn't be a coincidence that Shipman was either at their house during the death or the first person to find them. All deaths occurred with the patient sitting on a chair in good clothes, which isn't normal. Based on this report, an investigation was started, but the police found no solid evidence against Dr. Shipman, and after a month, the investigation was closed. When Dr. Harold Shipman's patients died, he himself used to sign Form B, the form where the treating doctor writes the cause of death. The problem was that Form C, which is to be signed by another doctor, was also mostly signed by Shipman's friends or doctors who didn't suspect him. This way, Shipman would write fake information in the death certificate and easily send the body for cremation without raising suspicion. Because of this process, many deaths remained uninvestigated, and that's how he hid his murders. After the investigation was closed, Shipman killed 3 more people, but his time to be caught was near. His final victim was Hyde's former mayor, 81-year-old Kathleen, who died in her home on the 24th of June, 1998. Dr. Shipman was the last person to see Kathleen alive, signed the death certificate, and wrote the cause as old age. Kathleen's daughter, Angela Woodruff, herself a lawyer, became suspicious when she received a will from her mother that left a house to Dr. Shipman. Shipman was close to the family, and the will didn't seem odd at first, but Angela found it strange that her mother had 2 houses, and the will only mentioned one. It seemed the will was written by someone unaware of the second house, and that was Dr. Shipman. Angela went to the police, who reopened the investigation. Kathleen Grundy's body was exhumed and sent for autopsy. It was found to contain high traces of diamorphine, heroin. When the police questioned Dr. Shipman, he claimed Grundy was addicted to heroin and said he had written this in his computer notes. Dr. Shipman had recently started using computerized medical journals, but he didn't know the system automatically saved the last edit date. The police found the entry date was after the death. Not only was this enough to arrest Shipman, but police also found the typewriter used to forge the will. It was identified because some letters were faulty and the same letters were missing in the will. On 7th September 1998, police arrested Hyde's famous Dr. Harold Shipman. When the news broke, families of previous victims came forward saying they had suspected but didn't raise their voice because he was a renowned doctor. Police reinvestigated 15 other recent deaths under Shipman's care. A clear pattern emerged. Patients were given a deadly dose of diamorphine. He signed the death certificate himself, wrote old age as cause of death, and suggested cremation to destroy evidence. During the Shipman inquiry, all deaths under his care were re-examined. The inquiry team investigated documents, death certificates, and medical records Shipman handled, interviewed relatives, and even exhumed some bodies for forensic autopsy. This detailed process revealed that from 1975 until his arrest, Shipman killed 218 patients. That's the confirmed number. The actual number could be as high as 260. Due to lack of evidence in many cases, the court convicted Shipman for 15 murders. He tied bed sheets in jail and hanged himself. After his death, A fellow inmate claimed Shipman had confessed to killing not 260, but 508 people. But the real reason for so many killings is still unknown. Some call him a psycho, some say it was for money, and some say it was due to his mother's death. His mother was a cancer patient treated with morphine, and experts believe Shipman may have wanted to watch his patients die the same way. We hope you will like and share this video by Old Talk Mystery. Thank you. See you in the next amazing video.